Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon Reviews for January 1st, 2023. With your host, Peacemaker2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
I
We get to do the show on the first day of the year instead of the last day of last year.
yeah. Because I think death would have made me feel better than what I felt yesterday.
Probably. I could imagine, because I've been there sometimes. But yeah, folks, it's our end of the year show where we don't do anything really that special because we can't be bothered to put in that kind of effort.
Pretty much.
Like, the most effort I have is I have a list of everything I beat this year, and that's about it.
I don't even have that.
I only have that because a goal of mine this year was to beat 12 games, and then, you know, I had the list at 8, and then I double-checked a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, well then, I have more than 12. I actually have exactly 13 games beaten. Hooray.
Yay.
But I guess before we get into that and then all the other stuff, what have you been playing the last couple of weeks?
Well, besides Scarlet, not really a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, I've been doing rate grinding on the off stream to make sure I'm level appropriate and try to catch all the new stuff so I have that ready to go.
If I had knew that, I probably would have joined you on some of that.
It was like
now effectively at the point where I kind of have to do something grade-wise, or I'm not going to be even leveled up enough to finish the last parts of the routes.
damn. Fortunately, mine was just like middle of the day, or like, yeah, it was just like middle of the day, unfortunately. But I should be good for the rest of the game because I'm in Area 0 on stream, so we can beat the game. Because technically, you don't beat the game until you finish the last story, because that's when you get credits. And we're gonna have to beat the credits on stream, I believe, because it's a copyrighted song on stream, or a copyrighted song for the credits. So I'm just like, we're either gonna mute it or we're gonna skip the credits. Hey, Carl with the raid. Hey, hey, folks. We're talking end of the year video game stuff and what we've been playing. I didn't hear the alert because I accidentally closed OBS earlier.
Whoops.
So I did not hear the alert go off because I have the stream muted. Because otherwise I'd hear us, and that would not be good.
No, not at all.
No.
Hence why usually when I join you on a stream, I have stream muted.
Yeah. But I guess anything else before I just like list off a bunch of games that I beat this year?
Nah.
Alright then, so I wanted to beat 12 games this year. I got 13. I'm gonna try to beat 12 again this year. And I've got everything in a backlog list that I want to beat. So
Also, you'll have like one right out the gate.
yeah, because I'm going to beat Violet like this week, probably. So I beat Yakuza Like the Dragon this year. Very good. It's on Game Pass for anyone that wants to pick it up. Especially because they're got a sequel in development. It's not got a date yet, but it might be within the next year or so, I think. Because they've already sneakily shown footage of it in like a studio tour. But I also beat Super Robot Wars 30, technically. I have not beat the DLC epilogue stuff that they added in an update, unfortunately, because it's got too many fucking missions. It's like my one problem with 30 is that there's too many missions. And it just bloats the game to like way too big. Beat 13 Sentinels. Because I finally picked that up. It's now, what is it? It's the dungeon, like 4-player beat 'em up one is the only vanillaware game I think I haven't played and beaten at this point. Because I think I've done all their others. But it was very good, and it was the only reason I touched my PlayStation 4 all year in any significant capacity. Says a whole lot about the PlayStation 4 for me.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Beat Pokemon Legends Arceus on stream. Technically. I don't know where you would call the... no, I got credits in Arceus. Yeah, I got credits in Arceus on stream because there's a whole extended past that. I'm trying to remember if that was part of the Sunbreak update or something else, but where you fight the merchant guy. I don't remember his name, but you fight him and pick up Arceus, or you fight him with Giratina, and then you unlock the quest to get Arceus. Is where I'm at in the game, kind of off stream, but I beat most of it on stream. Finally sat down to beat Tokyo Mirage Sessions after having that game forever on the Wii U. Picked it up on the Switch and beat it this year. Because I decided all those games I can get off the elsewhere from the Wii U that I have, I'm just going to get it elsewhere and play that because I don't want to play my Wii U anymore. It's very good. I like that Fire Emblem Engage is taking all the concepts of all the fusion stuff from this game in it. Shredder's Revenge, which we'll might do on stream because I gave you a copy of it. I don't know if you've accepted the gift on stream.
You did.
Or on Steam. Okay.
Okay. I've not booted up Steam in a while, so...
It is gifted to you, you just have to accept it. So we might do that on stream eventually. Because that might help you with co-op rampant gaming stuff, because that would be a thing to do.
Fair. Boots up Steam while I'm thinking about it.
Good, very good co-op game. I really enjoyed it. It was nice, breezy run. Finished off Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition before I finished off 3. Both really good. Go play Xenoblade Chronicles, please. They're very good RPGs. They're a bit on the long side, but they're still very good. Beat Splatoon 3, story mode stuff. Beat Vampire Survivors. We beat It Takes Two on stream, because I forgot we did that on stream.
I forgot we did that this year, so I mean...
Yeah. That is a very good game, gameplay-wise, but I don't think I cared for anybody in that game otherwise. Beat Dicey Dungeons finally. I got to finally wrap that one up. And I beat the base game. I beat base game Monster Hunter Rise because I got credits. I got a credit sequence in Monster Hunter Rise, so I'm going to count it because I think that means I beat base game. I still haven't beaten Sunbreak because I haven't gotten credits in Sunbreak, I don't think. I don't think I have, but I've done base, I think, most of the main content for Rise. But yeah, that's my 13 games beaten for the year. Let's see if I could do it again! I hope.
You might, I don't know.
I've got enough choices, if I'm being honest. I think my backlog list is... Where did I put that? It's on my desktop somewhere. Let's see, It is 26 plus... 36 games in total that I need to beat, or that I want to beat. That are in various stages. So So it's not like I don't have.
So you have
choice.
3 years worth of games.
Pretty much, and that doesn't count anything coming out.
Yeah,
That's just
like
stuff I
Tears
have.
of the Kingdom.
Yeah, that the RE4 remake, because both I want to do both of those on stream whenever those come out. But yeah, I guess let's talk about 2022 in gaming. AKA that year Elden Ring came out, and that's the thing everyone's going to remember from this year.
I mean, I guess it's either remember that or remember this past year as the year that buggy Pokemon game came out, and that other good one.
Yeah. Because I'm like, yeah, Elden Ring came out. That's really cool. I don't play a lot of Souls games. Actually, I don't really play any Souls games, so I didn't have a lot of interest in Elden Ring, and then it came out, and everyone talked about it for weeks on end, and I'm like, that is cool for y'all. I don't really care.
Oh, you know what? No, everyone will remember this as the year that the Steam Deck came out. Because, you know, everyone will remember the not Nintendo Switch years from now.
Apparently Game Awards was giving out Steam Decks. I think it was like every 5 minutes or something on their like Steam stream page.
They also gave out more after that to anyone that had already been taken part in it and didn't get a chance before.
Mm-hmm. I assume it still went to a bunch of bots.
Probably.
Because that's what I kept seeing, was that they kept going to a bunch of bots and stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be that and Ragnarok that's going to be like the two things people remember the most from this year, just game-wise. Because that's the Souls game that everyone cares about, because everyone loves their Souls games, and it's the big cinematic AAA game of the year. Like, if you weren't one of those two things, people are going to have a hard time remembering what you were in 2022. Unfortunately. Let's see, new stuff. Zynga got acquired. Oh yeah, Sony Interactive Entertainment bought Bungie. I forgot that was started this year. I don't think we've really seen the fallout from that. Because that and Microsoft buying Blizzard, which technically still hasn't gone through, because we'll talk about it here in a little bit, but that's still up in the air whether that's going to happen or not. Oh, Wordle got acquired like long after it's... I did not realize that there is now a game show that is just Wordle. I saw my parents watching it the other day, and I'm just like, this is just Wordle. This is Wordle, but it's a game show. What? Okay. I'm desperately confused by that. Let's see. I am not seeing anything else really big. Sony acquired Haven. Oh, EA withdrew their license for FIFA. Hooray. E3 2022 did not happen. So we have a bunch of several mini presentations. I'll be honest, I'm kind of glad E3 hasn't happened, because the in-person stuff I remember was going to happen for E3 before COVID happened sounded like the worst fucking things in existence. I refuse to forget the word Qtainment as a thing that was going to actually exist. And I hated that. I hated that so much. Let's see, Embracer acquired a bunch of companies. Oh, right. The next Grand Theft Auto game got leaked real bad. Stadia is announced dead in a couple weeks. Oh yeah, fandom acquiring GameSpot, GameFAQs, Skype and all that. The worst one being Metacritic. Square Enix Montreal got renamed after it got acquired. And Game Awards happened, and that's about it. Remember any particularly interesting releases? Because I just scrolled down this list to look for some.
I mean, not that we didn't remember kind of deal.
Master Duel.
Yeah, but I actually kind of felt like that one came out this year.
It did. It was January.
That's one of those I was like, yeah, that one I kind of remembered, actually. That wasn't a surprising thing.
Well, weirdly, I was watching some of the video talking about it. And it's like, oh yeah, Master Duel hit the scene. Everyone was playing it. It got a lot of people on board, and then essentially everyone realized Yu-Gi-Oh is nonsense now as a card game, and went, I don't want to play this anymore. And then Konami has not really done anything update wise with it. I think it's like a couple years behind the physical card game, if not more. And it's like banned limited list is very different from even how the banned limited list is in a relative sense to what's in the game. So it's in this like weird place for a lot of like major Yu-Gi-Oh people.
It's almost like letting fan-made stuff run is the better play. Because at least they'll keep track of the current rule set and add that in.
Yeah, I don't know what Konami's doing with Master Duel at this point. It feels like it exists, but it just is like kind of just left dangling there. Like, we'll throw in some cards every now and again, but we're not promoting the fuck out of this at all.
I almost give it by the end of the year and they're going to just quietly sweep that one under the rug and say, it's no more.
Well, I believe, I was watching a video, I think a new major play or rule set change is supposed to happen in the next couple weeks because there's a major like Yu-Gi-Oh event thing to happen in the next couple weeks, so there's going to be another like major rule set change. I think it's like we're on Master Rule 6, and everyone's expecting Master Rule 7 to be announced. And there's the expectation of either a new summoning method or some major change to the system. It's supposed to happen next week.
Either one, I have a feeling, would mean that the game would have to be reworked from the ground up. So at that point, yeah, I foresee that being dead.
Yeah. Like, that's kind of the expectation. A lot of people don't want a new summoning method because we have enough summoning methods as is. We don't need another one. Because we have, what, like 6 summoning methods?
I think it was getting bloated when pendulums were introduced, but at least that felt like it changed it up for the better. Because it felt like it helped speed some of the other summoning methods that were already there up. But then they turned around and immediately nerfed it too, and it's like, oof.
They nerfed pendulums into the fucking ground, be like, oh god, we made a mistake, and then introduce Link something, and then that Master Duel, like, set up. And then they've changed it back with Link's. Hey Charizard, how's it going? We're talking end of the year stuff. What's got you happy?
By the way, I'm just kind of slow scrolling through all the games too to see if anything else jumps out at me.
Yeah. Ooh, shiny Silver Wing. Very nice. Rainbow Six Extraction came out, and no one cares about it.
I mean, pretty much.
That poor Rainbow Six Siege spinoff just died.
Oh, right. I did play that. I feel dumb. I completely forgot about the Kirby game.
Oh yeah, the Kirby game came out this year. Also, damn, no shiny charm for Charizard on that shiny catch. That's full odds shiny. Very nice. I forget what full odds are offhand, but that's really good. Same. The power of lunch.
I think I saw something that basically, if you do a high enough level on the sandwiches, your odds are not that big of a difference from just the shiny charm.
I'd have to double check.
Because I think it's like 1 out of 600 and something with it.
Cerebee's got the rates.
Because I was poking it through all that, and I'm like,
Could use basketball, but crit catch, nice.
I feel like the catch rates are so much more forgiving in Scarlet and Violet.
A little bit. I still feel that little bit of wonkiness from like Sword and Shield, but I think it's just level based.
Well, Sword and Shield, it felt like the catch rates were pretty on par. They might have been a little easier, but this feels easy compared to even Sword and Shields. And I'm like, wonder why they did that. That feels odd. Because, like, okay, case in point, the raids. I have yet to have a Pokemon break out of a raid. I kind of like that whole, well, do I just chunk a ball at it and not care, or do I actually care and try to put some thought into this?
Also, yeah, with meal power level 3, your odds are actually better without the shiny charm. Or actually better if you had just the shiny charm and we're just going off no meal power. Because it's like a 1 in 1365 if you have the shiny charm but no meal power. But if you have no shiny charm but meal power, it's 1 in 1024. But if you have both, it's 1 in 683.
Send me that link because I feel like I misunderstood you. And that had me puzzled.
It's very confusing, but it's in a chart, and it makes sense if you look at the chart. I'm probably not explaining the chart the very best. Essentially, if you don't have the shiny charm, meal power level 3 gets you odds better than the shiny charm, but if you have the shiny charm, it's even better. So meal power level 3 is a good thing to have if you're shiny hunting. Regardless. That probably still makes no sense to anyone not looking at the chart. But look at their more games from
okay.
It makes sense now.
That was... The way you said it kind of made it sound more confusing than it actually is, but yes.
I'm sure.
Yes. After it took me a second to read this chart. Because my brain was not functioning for that, and now I see it. But yeah.
That's fine. I do that sometimes.
It looks like the best way of getting a shiny is honestly the mass outbreaks.
Yeah. Which is just a dice roll in terms of what Pokemon you're going to end up getting. Because they're not as plentiful as they are in Arceus, so you're kind of having to wait around to get a very specific Pokemon to pop up in those. And I don't know what the reset rate of those is.
I somewhat know. it looks like letting time pass and then connecting to the internet will reset all the raids and mass outbreaks. The question is how long you have to wait.
Okay.
Because I know if, say, I was to put my Switch into sleep right now, it would actually keep a lot of the stuff since I'm offline. But as soon as I connect it again, it would update everything. So it is something with that connection to the servers. It's just a question of what.
Seafood came out this year. That's a game I should pick up at some point and play, because it looks like really a pretty good beat 'em up. And not a fighting game, as the Game Awards decided to throw it in their ass, which still baffles me, but I shouldn't be surprised when the Game Awards does something fucking stupid. I also had to look up this Kingdom Hearts name, because I'm like, that's a new Kingdom Hearts title I haven't heard. Kingdom Hearts Integram Masterpiece for Cloud. It's just the 1.5, 2.8, 2.8, and 3 collections, just in one package. I did not realize that had a fucking name of itself. I love dumb Kingdom Hearts.
It's Kingdom
names.
Hearts. It has to have something dumb to confuse everyone.
I know.
That's a thing at this point.
I refuse to defend Kingdom Hearts anymore. Just refuse. Cyberpunk came out this year. At least for PlayStation 5 and Series X. Oh, okay, no, that was just PlayStation 5 and Series X, so that came out 2 years ago. Okay. Skip. King of Fighters 15 came out. I watched the way too long retrospective on King of Fighters from Thorgy Arcade. I now know far too much about King of Fighters for never playing a single game of it. Horizon Forbidden West came out, and I think everyone promptly forgot it. Destiny 2 had one of its expansions come out.
And nobody cared. Because it was probably only up for a month anyhow.
Poor Destiny. They are trying. They are trying.
They're trying, but the way they're trying, I almost wish they weren't. And that's bad to say. The game's good, don't get me wrong. But the way they're having to handle the content is what's really being crappy.
Yeah, I think I've said it before. The shooty bang bang of Destiny 2 is very good. The problem is the entire structure surrounding the shooty bang bang.
Uh-huh.
It's just not that good. Like, I just remember hopping into Destiny 2 for when they did their new light, like, soft reboot of things to get new players in when they went free to play, and just being overwhelmed and not knowing what the fuck I'm supposed to do to go anywhere and do anything. Because I had 5 million things in the quest log, and I'm just like, where do I go? What do I do? Do I just do the regular story mode to get stuff so I can do the bigger stuff? Is that the route, or is it something else entirely?
Well, now it's something else entirely. Because you can't even do the base game anymore.
Honestly, I just enjoyed playing Gambit, and that was it. And apparently Gambit is something terrible now, because no one likes Gambit. I don't know. Elden Ring, of course.
I actually half forgot about the new Mario Strikers.
Yeah, that didn't go over well.
I feel like I remember it, but
Yeah. It has the same problem as the rest of the Mario sports games right now, where it is lack of content at launch that comes in updates, but it ends up being a little too late situation.
Yeah.
They're trying to do like a pseudo live service model with those, and it's just not working.
Well, it's because it's the Nintendo factor.
Yeah.
They did DLC one time, and it was successful. So now every game must have DLC.
And that is a very mixed bag at this point.
I don't understand why Nintendo cannot figure out just because it works once doesn't mean it always will work. Sports games really don't need added content. A game like Mario Kart 8, yeah, it did kind of need added content. That helped get the game back into people's minds so that when they do another Mario Kart, it's not like, oh wait, when was the last one?
I was about to say, I don't know about that, because do you know have I told you about the attach rate for Mario Kart 8? Okay, so for those that don't know, the attach rate is the number of a certain game, or a percentage of a game attached to Switch owners. Mario Kart 8 has like the highest attach rate of any game in existence, because it has a near 100% attachment rate with Switch owners.
That doesn't surprise me, because about the only game that I could see that could possibly rival that would be Breath of the Wild.
Guess what? Breath of the Wild had an over 100% attachment rate at one point, because they had more copies out there than there were Switches at launch.
Yeah, because everyone bought the collector ones too.
Well, people couldn't get Switches out fast, or Switches didn't get out fast enough for people that had Breath of the Wild, so people had Breath of the Wild, but nothing to play it on.
But like I said, you also got the people that buy the collector's editions and then buy the base game too.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty much the two games that I could see being near 100%, or if not right at 100% kind of deal.
Yeah, like,
because
that's what they think
they're the two oldest big titles for the game, for the console.
And I think Mario Kart 8 still tops like NPD charts all the time for sales, which is fucking ridiculous.
But I mean, on top of that, yes, attachment rates might be there, but how is retention for the game?
That I don't know.
Because I know that all the DLCs except for this recent one, I don't think I've actually touched the recent one yet.
I have, because Ty's been doing some Mario Kart tournaments, so I've been touching some of the tracks because I would hop in for a couple of his tournaments.
I have literally hopped on to play the tracks like once, and that was about it.
Yeah. Speaking of multiplayer games, Babylon's Fall, that game died quick. That game didn't even get a year, and it's dead. I feel bad for Platinum. It has been a bad year for Platinum. Between this and all the stuff with Bayo 3, it's just like, Platinum, what happened to you? What happened? What's wrong? Did you break a few mirrors? Because I think you broke a few mirrors this year. Triangle Strategy, I still don't have that, but I also still have not beaten Octopath Traveler, and that's getting a sequel, so... Granted, I don't know if I heard much from Triangle Strategy after launch. Did you at all? Fair. Ghostwire Tokyo is another game that came out and then disappeared off everybody's radars.
Oh right, we did have 2 Sonic games this year.
What was the other one besides Frontiers?
Origins. The remake of the classic 2Ds.
Oh, that one!
Yeah.
I was just like, Sonic Origin? Oh, fuck, right, that one though wasn't good. I remember. Also, Chocobo GP, talk about a hit and a fucking just a swing and a miss on that one. All the microtransaction bullshit with that one. That did not go well. Really didn't go well. Ultimax is out on PC now. Should probably pick it up on PC at some point. Tokyo. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I forgot we had a Borderlands adjacent game that wasn't another Telltale game. Because I think another Telltale Borderlands game also came out this year.
Oh look, another FNAF game.
It was Security Breach, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that did not go well.
On Stadia. So that means that was the after game had already been released.
Okay. Did it come out? Did it properly come out this year, or was it last year?
I think it was last year.
Oh, okay. Because I've started sniffing back around into the FNAF lore theory people, because morbid curiosity, I guess. It just reminds me, because I also watched was it New Rockstar's videos of here's everything we got wrong in 2022, and the main guy listing off his things that he got wrong. I'm like, what the fuck were you smoking when you came up with these ideas that you thought were going to actually happen, sir? I think you went off the rails a little bit on your theories. It just reminds me of that, of just like, we are desperately trying to fit all this story together into some cohesive form because it was thought out, right? It's properly written, right? Maybe? No, it's not. Let's see. Oh yeah, that new version of Stanley Parable, people really like. Switch Sports came out, right? House of the Dead remake.
Rumbleverse.
That is a game I have to try, because that's free to play on Epic, isn't it?
I believe so.
I think it is. I want to try that out on stream, because I've seen Maximilian Do play that a whole bunch, and it looks pretty good. And I also saw Hydrokara play it for a little bit, and I liked what I saw, and I'm willing to give it a chance because, like, I'm not playing Fortnite for like the rest of the season because I got what I need and I'm good. I wouldn't mind trying another battle royale if it, I don't know, feels better to play. Maybe keeps my interest for longer. Streets Rage 4 turned out pretty good. Oh, here's that Ni no Kuni mobile game that Yuji Naka arrested for insider trading. Well, one of the two times he's been arrested for insider trading. Dragon Quest Builders. There's the other one, I believe, because I think it was Dragon Quest Builders is the other one he got arrested for insider trading on. And I think he's been officially indicted. I think. Is that in our... Exactly, what's the list? No, is that in our list? No, I didn't put it in there. I think he's officially been indicted for insider trading, so, like, he's going to jail. Elder Scrolls Elder Scrolls Online expansion. KOTOR 2 got re-released. I believe that's the Demon Slayer fighting game came out on Switch. 2, 3, and 7.
I don't remember actually hearing anything from No More Heroes 3, now that I'm thinking about it.
I think it came out, did its thing, and then everyone kind of moved on.
That's what I kind of feel like happened, because now that I'm thinking about it, that one just kind of got swept under the rug really quickly. I just happened to see it down in October, and I'm like, wait a minute, really? No one said anything about that one?
Remake Integrate came out on PC.
I'm just gonna lump this all together, all the PlayStation PC stuff.
Pretty much. I want them to release Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart to PC so that I don't have to even remotely think about buying a PlayStation 5. Because I just don't care.
You said Rift Apart?
Yes.
That's the new one, eh?
Yeah, it's the brand new one that looks really good, and I really want to play it. Also because I fucking called the story of that game like a year before its release. Because I'm drift compatible with Insomniac Games as writers, apparently.
Apparently.
Because I remember because it's on a Game Explain video, and they liked the comment. Because I said that back when I said this, we didn't even know the new Lombax's name. But I forget her name offhand. We didn't even know her name. But I knew that essentially the plot was going to be that she's the Ratchet of her universe, and she's failed to defeat Nefarious because she doesn't have the Clank of her universe. And lo and behold, what is the plot of fucking Rift Apart? Her and her Clank of her universe getting together and beating Nefarious with the help of Ratchet and Clank. Fucking called that shit a year in advance. It is on a Game Explain video somewhere in terms of its comments. I still need to play the AI Summon Wells. They've looked really good. Ooh, Fire Emblem Three Hopes. That's a game I've played and I haven't finished this year. I really need to. New hack and slash. A lot better than the previous Fire Emblem hack and slash. Sunbreak came out. I am already in July. And I don't feel like I have touched that much. Maybe this is why a lot of people latched on to the Elden Ring early on, because there wasn't a whole lot of competition.
Sounds about
early
right.
in the year. The Live Alive remake came out. I have been interested in that, but I don't know if I want to take the dive on it. Or Live Alive, however it's supposed to be properly pronounced. Oh yeah, Digimon Survive came out and was pretty good. Although apparently people complained about it because they didn't know it was going to be a lot of visual novel stuff with its tactics gameplay, and I don't know what to say to them besides, have you not seen a tactics game in the last, 5 years? That's kind of all of them, to some extent. The tactics map gameplay is, 20% of the gameplay, because the rest of it is either base unit management or visual novel stuff, or both. It's kind of just how tactics games are these days. I don't know what people were thinking otherwise. Oh yeah, Multiverses came out. It feels a little bit off everyone's radar, but it probably doesn't help that WB is, imploding at the moment on a leadership level. Because of their mergers and stuff. Oh yeah, the Saints Row reboot came out and no one cared. Because it was not particularly good. Soul Hackers 2 also came out. I've seen decent good things about Soul Hackers 2 and I want to play it, but...
Alright, Dad of War Ragnarok.
Yeah. The other game people are going to remember from 2022. Inscription is the deck building game I really want to play, but I haven't yet. I've seen so many people play Inscription. It's so good from what I've seen. I really want to play it. How many Voice of Cards games are there? Because I feel like there's 3 of them now. Because that's the Yoko Taro card game adventure game from Square Enix. 'Cause I think there's like 3 of them now.
I have no idea.
I think there's 3. I feel like there's 3. I might be wrong. Yeah, there's 3 of them. The Isle Dragon Wars, the Forsaken Maiden, and now the Beast of Burden. Did you find someone to hook you up with Violet exclusive Charizard? Oh, Gundam Evolution, the Overwatch Gundam game. River City Girls 2 and 0. Gemini Dig didn't come out this year, right? Oh, nice! Sharing the benefits of the family plan. Oh yeah, Shovel Knight Dig did come out this year. I didn't think it did. Bad at the end of the list. Oh yeah, Sparks of Host also come out this year, and that's another game I need to finish that I've picked up and is like halfway done.
If anyone's wondering why I've skipped some of these, it's because I knew that it was going to get hit anyhow, so I'm more just hitting the stuff that I'm like, oh, I actually didn't realize.
Dragon Ball The Breakers, that I think it's like a 6v1 asymmetrical multiplayer game. It's like Dead by Daylight, but Dragon Ball. It's so weird that that's a thing. And now I'm also seeing Ghostbuster Spirits Unleashed, which is also an asymmetrical multiplayer game. I think it's like 4v1 as well. When did everyone decide to start trying asymmetrical multiplayer games like within the last year or so? And why have they all failed? Because I feel like they all have. Gotham Knights, that from all evidence seems like it was a live service game at some point, and then they decided, nope, we're not a live service game anymore, and didn't change anything about the game, so it's kind of bad. Oh wait, did Reverse actually come? Did Resident Evil Reverse actually come out this year? Supposedly it did. That's the multiplayer Resident Evil game. Not that one, the other one, for those wondering, because there's 2 of those. I guess it did? There's a launch trailer for it. It says now available on its website, I guess so. I don't think anyone cared at that point. Oh, I have seen footage of the Cobra Kai fighting game. It's bad in a really funny kind of, this is kind of broken kind of way.
It's bad in a bad way.
It's bad in a this can be entertaining way, because have you wanted to see characters, realistic characters, start doing double jumps and shoryukens?
Can't say that I have, but that does seem like the dumb.
It is perfect for a you want to just play a bad game just to laugh at it kind of way, because it's not that bad, but it's laughable and it's bad. Like, I can't get angry at this. Sonic Frontiers came out. I know a lot of people are up on Frontiers, but everything I've seen about Frontiers just... No, it just seems not that good after a while. But that might just be me, because I know other people have really adored Frontiers.
I almost feel like the problem I've seen from like reviews and stuff is there's not enough to keep the player active in the game.
Yeah.
It's not so much the game's bad, it's just a case of it could be more.
Ruby Airfall came out. I still need to play that. I've seen some gameplay of it. It looks good. Like, good enough just to play for a stream and be done. Marvel's Midnight Suns. I'm still playing that. I'm still enjoying it. High on Life. I remember Glock talking about this. That's the game from the Rick and Morty people. I have seen some gameplay of it. It is sure a Rick and Morty game, and that is all I feel like saying about it, because if I say anything else, people might be mad at me. Because what I've seen does not look good. Just throwing that out there. I'm not the biggest fan of what I've seen. Adaptations of stuff. I keep forgetting about the Ninjala show until I see an episode pop up on my subscription feed. And it's like, oh right, this has its own fucking show and stuff. It's been about a couple years since I played Ninjala. Oh, right, we had that second anime show on Netflix, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else I missed?
No.
Alright then, shall we talk for the news for the week?
I guess so.
Alright, so Microsoft has fired back at the FTC saying that they have violated their constitution, blocking the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Let's see.
So they really have the balls to tell the government that they're screwing themselves over.
Apparently. They're specifically citing the Fifth Amendment of the right to due process of the FTC, of the Constitution.
So, what I'm hearing is Microsoft's walked into this trying to buy Activision, but at the end of the day, Activision's going to be buying Microsoft.
Maybe, I don't know. They've also said they've violated page 34 of their constitution, along with a bunch of other stuff. There's like a full document here that is legal mumbo jumbo, and I see pie charts. Curiously, we get units sold numbers for 2021 in terms of percentages. The Switch is 50%, the PlayStation is 34%, the Xbox is 16%. Exclusive titles, Nintendo is 40%, Sony is 50%, Xbox is 10%. I honestly buy those numbers.
Yeah.
Because those sound about right. Because, like, Microsoft did nothing this year besides High on Life.
Well, I mean, when all of your games also come out on Windows 10.
Yeah. It essentially becomes, do I want a Game Pass box, or do I have that box already and it's my computer? So this is going to still be ongoing into the new year. So we'll have to see if Microsoft will actually get Activision Blizzard at all. We'll see.
Or if the government just tells them to piss off.
Pretty much. Double Dose. So not only has Elden Ring now got a Pokemon mod, so now you can have various Pokemon in your Elden Ring. There's apparently also a Dark Souls mod that makes the game into Pokemon, where you capture different enemies and stuff and have them fight other enemies. Although you can still get the shit kicked out of you if you're not careful. This is neat and also weird. Because, like, these look like whenever someone puts, like, a very, like, cartoon aesthetic thing in an Unreal Engine. Like, one of those kind of games. Because it's like, this incredibly feels out of place. Because it doesn't have the same sort of detailing that, like, everything else in the game does. Except the outfits. Those feel on point. Also, there's just a Pokemon station, or, yeah, there's just a Pokemon station on top of a turtle friend. I don't think this is gonna make me pick up Elden Ring, but you know what? Sure, someone's having fun with it.
I mean, I'd say a lot of people probably are.
Yeah. But, speaking of Scarlet and Violet, we've got poll results of the most popular Pokemon from the game. We only have a top 30. But, would you care to guess the number one? If you haven't looked at the image already.
I've already had them.
Okay. How do you feel about Tinkaton being the number one with here is cute pink Pokemon with big ass hammer made of Corviknight bits?
I'm kind of curious why we let Amy win.
Fair. It is Amy if she hated birds.
I mean, if they tried to come between her and Sonic, then she would. So
true, because it's Tinkaton, Cloudsire, Meowscles, Final Evolution, I forget its name, Firestarter, Cruel Edge, and then the fish dragon, the water dragon, little fish friend. And then top 10 sees Sylveon, Slitherring, Lucario, and then a tie between Galde and Mimikyu. So it's just counting all Pokemon in the game, not just the new stuff.
Yeah, I kind of feel weird with that, because I feel like we should count just the new one.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what this would look like with just the new stuff. Also, some part of me is not surprised that Koraidon is above Miraidon, because it feels like people turned around on Koraidon closer to release. And it looks like Final Evolution Water Starter did not make top 30, but Firestarter Final Evolution just cracked the top 30 at 29.
Is this surprising? No.
No. It felt like our duck friend was the worst of the three. Even though all three have been good. The Water Starter, not the greatest. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what this would look like with just new Pokemon. Maybe someone can run a fan poll of that. We'll see. Speaking of adaptations, Nier Automata is getting an anime. It'll be on Crunchyroll and stuff. Does this have a date yet? I don't think it does. Sometime this month. It did not specify otherwise. But we're gonna get that, The Last of Us live action on HBO. And so yeah. Are you excited for a Nier Automata anime? Even though it comes out in 6 days, apparently. Well, apparently it comes out in 6 days. Fair. And last up, we got some teasers for Tears of the Kingdom because someone has pictures of a supposed OLED Switch.
Sure.
You're hitting the big old doubt button on this one.
Oh yeah. Not just the doubt button, you're lying.
What makes you say that?
Gee, maybe because I have a funny feeling that it's one, probably not a thing yet,
Fair.
or two, even if it is a thing right now, I highly doubt Nintendo would let anyone live to share the pictures.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like this is probably custom modded.
I was about to say, I don't think it's even that because I don't think we see physical pictures of anything of the Switch besides the Joy-Cons. Everything else is box art.
And the Joy-Cons, you can 3D print covers.
Yeah. I was about to say, even that, it might even just be a sticker I was on, like, gold-painted ones.
I don't know if I've seen double-sided gold ones. Because outside of the gray ones, I think they've all pretty much been two different colors.
Yeah, they have been. Now that you say that.
So that's another thing that's kind of making me like, maybe not? Because this would break that norm. Especially when, if you take a look at the back side of the Joy-Cons, you'll notice they're both white. Also, I am really calling question on that one. Why do we have a random different designed Switch showing Scarlet or Violet being played?
Yeah. That's weird. So this is probably fake.
Yeah.
I just noticed that the image on the back twice has this glare effect on it from the taking of the picture, so you can't even fully see it. I don't even know what the hell it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be it's supposed to be like the Royal Crest, isn't it? Like the Hylian Royal Family crest, because it's got the wings and stuff from the Triforce.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, from what you can tell of it, it looks like whoever did it did a really good job.
Yes.
Do I think this is legit? No.
I question why that is the image and not the Ouroboros thing that's actually on the logo for Tears of the Kingdom.
Fair.
Because I feel like that would be what you put on the back of the OLED Switch. Also, I feel like it would be more green. Because that seems to be the primary color of the game, and not gold.
Also, like I said, the picture of the active Switch, it's like, could you have at least tried to fake that one?
Yeah.
At least tried.
At least put the correct Joy-Cons on it.
Yeah. Or you've already cut off the left one most of the way. Shift the image over a little bit and at least just have the right one sitting there as a dummy one. Because I'm sorry, there is no lighting that you're going to get a pure silver.
Oh well. Hopefully we get something new for Tears of the Kingdom before launch in like 5 months. Because I really want to see a new trailer for that. Because that first trailer is still probably one of my favorite trailers ever. Because that trailer is a fucking mood.
I don't think we're gonna see too much else.
I'm sure.
And I think it's more going to be just a case of they're probably not going to want to give out too much more information. Could be wrong, but I'm kind of doubting it.
They don't usually give out too much information on the Zeldas.
No, not normally.
I didn't think so. Alright, shall we talk some releases then?
I guess we shall.
Alright then. I just want to do this last one up for January 2nd, which is Tuk Tuk Extreme Real Car Racing Simulator and Parking 2023 Card Games 3D for the Switch. As fucking long ass titles. January 5th, World War Battle Heroes Field Armies Call of Prison Duty Simulator for Switch. Why does the Switch have long ass titles right now?
Because
God, there's not much else. 13th, Kakarot's getting the Series X PS5 upgrade. One Piece Odyssey comes out Series X PlayStation 4 and 5. That's that One Piece RPG that nobody has talked about since it got announced. Which makes me a little nervous that it's going to be bad. And I'm going to be like, aw, I kind of was interested in that. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's a bunch more releases, but there's nothing of interest. If you want to see the full list, it's in our notes. They're linked on the site and stuff. I guess anything else?
No.
Alright then, tomorrow we start Transformers Armada for the podcast. Oh boy. I had the realization yesterday because I was watching the episodes yesterday. I forgot how incomprehensible the show is at times. And it might just be because I watched it when it aired, which has been a while.
Oh boy.
Because I believe Armada came out like in the early 2000s. Yeah, about 2002, 2003. Yeah, it's a bit incomprehensible because the dub is a bit incomprehensible. I kind of had to start skipping through the last episode to be like, y'all are just spouting nonsense. I believe Rad, the main human character, repeats the basic setup of the show at least twice over the course of 3 episodes. Directly to someone else on the show, mind you. I don't know why. But at least it might be funny. We may not stick with it for so long, but it might be funny at least.
That's the only thing you're hoping for right now, isn't it?
Yes, I'm hoping that it is just so incomprehensibly dumb that it makes us laugh. Because otherwise, we're probably moving on, and I put a thing in the stream plans list, and I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that one just because of one Twitter clip. Toei Spider-Man, essentially.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Yes, Spider-Man. Because I saw someone posted a clip, and I don't know how I can describe this clip other than Spider-Man is losing to a bunch of villains, and then he's about to die to a cop wielding a katana sword until another cop shows up dressed as a mariachi man and starts shooting at them with a gun strapped to his guitar, and then Spider-Man steals the remote that's controlling the other cop with the sword, and then he runs off to a cliffside to pose. That's the clip.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how else to describe the thing I just watched. I watched yesterday when it got like spread around on Twitter, and I'm just like, I'm gonna put this on the list of things we'll do for TGSR, but I don't know if I'm committed to it. Because I don't know how this show is. It is. I've seen nothing else besides this thing for Spider-Man. I only know the other basic premise, which is, Alien shows up, gives not Peter Parker spider powers, and he becomes Spider-Man to fight basic Kamen Rider villain society. And that's it. It's basically a Kamen Rider show if Spider-Man was the main writer. And also if a writer had a giant robot, because he has Leopard on. Like, I don't know anything else about this show, so I'd be going in blind just as much as you are. And I don't know if I'm ready. But yeah, we start Armada tomorrow for GDSR. Thursday, we're going to wrap up Pokemon Violet. I'm going to be wrapping up Pokemon Violet. Friday, I don't know if we decided what we're doing Friday just yet.
I have not.
So that's undecided. And Saturday, I assume, is also undecided.
I mean, we still haven't finished Odyssey, so that more than likely will be one of the two.
Okay. So either Odyssey, us continuing Odyssey co-op to get to Darker Side, or something else. Because I'm trying to think, we're fairly close to finally unlocking Darker Side, aren't we?
Could be.
I think we need just like one more pass, like a full pass through a few worlds, and I think we're good on Moons. 'Cause I think it's only like 100 something, isn't it?
I think that's all we lack.
Yeah, we should be fine. But yeah, that is the schedule ahead. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Check out live video. Go at TGSaloon on Twitter. Gets you updates when we go live. Next Wish Point, Discord, and Jack and Sizzler link. Drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.